Streaming on clickorlando.com, you're watching News 6 at 7 a.m.
Chances are on the rise we could have a tropical system off the Florida coast in the next few days. The latest update to your forecast in minutes.
And that rain is already impacting 4th of July events, where some were forced to scramble for cover last night, and what it could all mean for fireworks later today. Plus,
at this point, we're back to square one.
The wife of Osceola County's suspended sheriff staying in jail for now. The questions that remain about just where she's getting the money to post bond. Good morning on your Friday, your 4th of July. It is 7 a.m. I'm Julie Broughton.
it is Friday. It feels so good. I'm Stephen Montiero. Justin's off today, and we want to start with the important news, the weather. Meteorologist Michelle Morgan in for Candace today on your July 4th. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, there's so many events happening across Central Florida. It's 4th of July, and it looks like, unfortunately, some spots will be dealing with heavy rain as the fireworks try to go off. So as we take a look at the radar scan here, a lot going on in the atmosphere, tracking this area of low pressure, trying to get its act together. And I'm not the only one that's looking at it. National Hurricane Center also have their eyes on it too for possible tropical or subtropical development as we head into the weekend. But what it's going to do for us, it's going to continue to pull in that tropical moisture into Central Florida as we go through the next several days, keeping our rain chances elevated. So don't put away the rain gear just yet. Temperatures are starting off comfortable. 74 in Kissimmee, Orlando. Good morning. New Smyrna Beach at 75 and 73 in DeLand. And today looking at a 70 to 80% coverage for the rain and thunderstorms. As we go through the morning hours, rain chances moderate between, I would say, 30 to 40% in many spots, but then rain chances going up to 70 this afternoon. And then it's going to keep our temperatures below average in the upper 80s as we go through today. And talking about your forecast highs here, take a look. 90 in Leesburg as well as Wildwood, 87 in Orlando, and 86 degrees in Cape Canaveral. So we'll talk about this in more detail coming up in a bit, but now it's time to check on those roads. Here's Trooper Steve.
I want you to look at I-4 here for a second. I'm going to give you some dead sound. There's nobody out here, guys. Everything looks good. No problems east and westbound. Drive times, obviously in the green right now. We barely get to see a 15-minute drive coming in from Sanford to downtown. Keep in mind, there's no one on the roads. Do the speed limit, because why? Who's out there? Troopers are out there, so make sure you're paying attention. We're green between Fourth City and down towards Eatonville, Kennedy, Maitland Boulevard, all in the green this morning. No crash to currently give you. We come a little further south there towards the Turnpike. You can see how the Turnpike cutting through Central Florida, and we're completely up to speed. Now, today is, of course, the 4th of July, which means big crowds are expected tonight for fireworks display all across pretty much Central Florida.
But the weather could get in the way this year, as it does just about every year. And we already saw that last night in Altamont Springs. So many people were dodging rain at this year's Red Hot and Boom. News 6's Angie Casada is live in downtown Orlando this morning. Those final preps are underway for the annual fireworks at the fountain.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, guys. Listen, since we've been out here, so many folks have been just, enjoying the weather right now before things get a little crazy later. But I want you to take a look at this. Look, the city's already setting up the roads here at Lake Eola, just getting everything prepared for what's to come. But listen, if last night was any indication, weather could definitely be a factor. Thursday night at Red Hot and Boom, the celebration got off to a stormy start.
Told them it was gonna rain. Nobody listened to me.
Heavy rain and lightning forced two separate delays, one right after gates opened, then again midway through the event. When skies finally cleared, the party picked back up.
Rain, snow, hail, or sleep, we outside.
Music, food, and a big crowd of around 200,000 people on hand for the fireworks. And now all eyes are on Orlando. Tonight, the city celebrates its 48th fireworks at the fountain and its 150th birthday. But officials say they're monitoring weather conditions closely. They also say anyone planning on attending should bring an umbrella or personal coverings to protect themselves from the sun or potentially inclement weather. Now listen, the fireworks here at Lake Eola are currently set for a little after 9. The fun kicks off, though, around 4 o'clock. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to break down parking, road closures, and, the best spots to watch the show. And, of course, we have everything you need to know over on clickorlando.com. Reporting live in downtown Orlando, Angie Casada, News 6.
Thank you, Angie. It now appears the estranged wife of suspended Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez will be spending the long holiday weekend in jail. Robin Severance Lopez has now been locked up for over a week, accused of being part of the same illegal gambling operation that landed the sheriff behind bars. Her bond is set at $400,000, but after a 3-hour hearing yesterday, the judge said he's still not convinced. All that money is coming from a non-criminal source. Meantime, Severance Lopez's lawyer says the entire case against her client is weak.
I think the case looks incredibly weak. I think that the weight of the evidence against Robin is abysmal. There is nothing showing that she joined any conspiracy to commit any racketeering activity.
Marcos Lopez posted his $1 million bail last week after proving to the court that his bond money was clean.
Meanwhile, the Osceola Sheriff's Office will soon go through a forensic audit. A spokesperson says interim Sheriff Christopher Blackman told the county manager he would like the agency to be audited, all because of what happened with Marcos Lopez. In a statement, we were told, quote, the county manager agreed to provide the funds necessary to engage a qualified auditor that specializes in law enforcement and forensic audits. The county continues to support Sheriff Blackman and the heroic men and women of the Sheriff's Office.
Developing this morning, Marion County deputies are searching for more possible victims after a man is arrested on child sex abuse charges. So Christopher Rivera is accused of abusing 2 different young girls, with the youngest being under the age of 12. The investigation began after a teenage girl came forward last month accusing Rivera of abuse between 2016 and 2017. While investigating, another girl told a similar story. Both girls say Rivera threatened them in order to make them stay quiet. Detectives are now urging anybody out there with information to call the sheriff's office. Happening today, a big day for President Trump as he's set to sign a sweeping new tax cut and a spending bill.
After hours of debate, Mr. Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill got the final approval in the U.S. House yesterday. As reporter Erica Hill shows us, the president didn't waste any time in celebrating.
Speaking at the Iowa State Fairgrounds Thursday, President Trump took a victory lap after the House passed his signature spending bill that extends tax cuts and slashes social benefits programs.
There could be no better birthday present for America than the phenomenal victory we achieved just hours ago when Congress passed the One Big Beautiful Bill to make America great again.
The president plans to sign the One Big Beautiful Bill Act at a White House ceremony on the 4th of July. Congress passed the measure in a 218 to 214 vote, with all Democrats and 2 Republicans voting against the bill.
The motion is adopted.
House Speaker Mike Johnson said President Trump was engaged throughout the negotiations to get key Republican holdouts on board.
He helped answer questions and articulate his vision and what this bill will mean for the country.
Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries slammed the legislation during a record-breaking floor speech lasting more than 8.5 hours.
This disgusting abomination is not about improving the quality of life of the American people.
The bill significantly boosts spending for border security, immigration enforcement, and defense, and extends President Trump's 2017 tax cuts and increases the child tax credit. It also ends taxes on tips and overtime pay. In opposition to the bill, Democrats cited steep cuts to safety net programs, including SNAP, the Food Assistance Program, and Medicaid. And the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates the bill will add more than $3 trillion to the deficit. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The Trump administration insists the cuts to Medicaid and food stamps target waste, fraud, and abuse and won't hurt hardworking Americans. The bill signing is expected tonight at 5 o'clock.
In Volusia County, federal investigators are now working to figure out what caused a small plane to make a hard landing at the airport out in DeLand. The fire department put out these pictures yesterday morning. The damage, they say, the pilot managed to get out before first responders even arrived with the help from a paramedic and skydiver who witnessed that crash take place. He was taken to the hospital. The good thing here is no injuries were reported. The FAA and the NTSB were called in to investigate.
Leaders in Edgewater are hoping new money from the state will finally bring homeowners some relief when it comes to flooding. $1 million was set aside in the new state budget for the city. The money is set to be used to fix erosion along the banks of canals, especially around the Florida Shores neighborhood. According to the city, the canals have not been upgraded since they were built in the 90s.
Canal armoring means we're going to reconstruct the banks because the banks are falling into the canals, which is causing several washouts in a lot of areas of Florida shores. So this will take care of that.
The mayor says the plans for the canals have already been designed and approved by engineers. Now with the funding, construction should start next month. Yesterday's storms left behind some damage in Seminole County. Firefighters responded to a home on East Orange Street that's just outside of Altamont Springs. That's where they say lightning hit a tree, and then that tree fell on top of a pickup truck while one person was inside. Firefighters were able to rescue the person from the truck. They were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. We are quiet out there as we start out our day, but that will be changing. Those showers and thunderstorms on the way. Meteorologist Michelle Morgan is in for Candace. And Michelle, we got to watch out for that lightning.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to see embedded thunderstorms as we go through today, but I do want to draw your attention to this area of low pressure trying to get its act together, hanging off the coast over the Atlantic side. The National Hurricane Center also looking at this area for potential tropical or subtropical development as we head into the weekend. But what it's going to do for us, going to continue to pull in that tropical moisture into central Florida or really the peninsula as we go through the next several days, keeping our rain chances elevated. Now, temperatures are starting off nice and comfortable as we head to Lake County. Leesburg and Claremont at 75. Good morning. Orlando 74, 75 in Daytona Beach and Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach at 76. So today a high of 87, scattered heavy rain possible in many locations, and the timing is everything. Rain chances will continue to go up as we go through the early afternoon hours, but I do think that the highest rain coverage will be through 4 lasting into 7. So keep that in mind, and a few heavy showers around as we head into tonight. Steve?
Thank you, ma'am. Things still looking good out here this morning. North and southbound Florida Turnpike, if you're jumping on from Kissimmee. Nice and clear. I'm not expecting we're going to see the northbound delay over by 417 or even by I-4 this morning. Earl Bronson Memorial Highway, Vine Street, 192, whatever you call it, it looks good this morning, whether you're in St. Cloud or the city of Kissimmee. And look at this, no delays out there by Champions Gate this morning. DOT cam showing no one basically out on the roads. We never see I-4 Champions Gate like this. Let's keep it that way. It's nice and green. Time now, 7:12. Coming up, fireworks and hot dogs.
Hot dog sounds so good right now. The familiar face making his return to this year's Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Plus, a mother and doctor sounding the alarm. What you need to know before lighting fireworks to protect your eyes and stay out of the ER.
But first, improving health care. Here in Central Florida, the push to combat the rising number of cases of HIV.
Florida's HIV rate is almost twice the national average. In fact, only Georgia and the District of Columbia have higher rates than Florida. Making matters worse, in many places, getting treatment is virtually non-existent. But as News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez discovered all new this morning, there is a push to change that in one Central Florida community.
After years of being on the forefront of HIV research, Orlando Immunology Center is ready to expand its reach. They're going to turn their existing clinic into a nonprofit.
Dr. Edwin De Jesus opened OIC to get HIV medication to those who need it.
We already knew they exist, but they were only available to university centers with large research facilities.
OIC has been involved in clinical studies for HIV and hepatitis medications.
And they were very instrumental in saving the life of hundreds, if not thousands of patients that we saw back then.
Now they're launching OIC Inspired, a low to no cost clinic that will offer in-house labs, case management, and an on-site pharmacy, with some care offered regardless of ability to pay.
We're going to expand and reach out to other communities that we were not able to reach out to them before.
The change is coming at a time when HIV research is being scaled back. The Trump administration has cut millions in federal grants to health departments, universities, and nonprofits that do HIV work. But De Jesus is confident his team will continue saving lives while focusing on vulnerable communities with this new clinic.
Be able to have the resources to then go out and reach out to that community and bring all those people into a more sophisticated care. Because the same medical experience with all the expertise medical team will remain here, the same staff, the same location.
In Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Good stuff there. If you plan to launch your own fireworks to celebrate the 4th of July, listen, doctors say you need to protect your eyes.
Just leave it to the experts.
Yeah.
According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, nearly 15% of all fireworks-related injuries affect the eyes. A mother of 2 from Iowa is helping to spread that message after losing her eye 5 years ago during a 4th of July celebration. Lisa Dickerson says even if you're careful, still put on goggles.
I actually thought it was done, and there was still one left on the ground that was on its side. So when I went to turn around, the last one came and hit me right in the face, right in the eye.
Here in Central Florida, doctors say they have seen a nearly 600% increase in severe injuries due to fireworks. Dr. Brett Llewellyn of Orlando Health advises not letting children handle fireworks.
We always ask that children do not be involved with fireworks. They can watch them, but don't let them shoot them off. Make sure you supervise your children.
Dr. Llewellyn also recommends keeping a bucket of water and a water hose nearby just to be safe.
All right, so also you got to be careful of the food, right? July 4th is also known for a legendary Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest. We look forward to this every year. Returning to today's competition is the face you might know, Joey Chestnut. We talk about him almost every year. Chestnut is seeking his 17th win at the annual gut-busting competition of the iconic Coney Island Boardwalk. He holds the world hot dog eating record after gobbling 76 hot dogs in 2021.
I do a practice once a week, and before every practice, there's a cleanse period where there's no solid food, and the practice is like a full-on contest. And then afterwards, there's recovery, and it takes me days to get back to my normal weight.
Practice, cleanse, recover. Chestnut will face off against last year's champion, Patrick Bertoletti, who downed 58 hot dogs. So 20 less than the other guy, but
still impressive.
Way more than anything I'm getting close to.
Yeah, Michelle was just wondering about his personal life, and he is not married, he's engaged.
Interesting. I wonder if she likes hot dogs.
Oh, well, they were set for a May 19th or a 2015 wedding, but split. And so I don't know.
Competition must have been tough and put a lot of stress on.
A lot of training.
Yeah, a lot of training.
I mean, you know, it's a
cleansing.
sport.
I mean, it sounds
Producer's like graphic weather
it
now.
It sounds aggressive. It does. But kudos to him because, I mean, what a skill to have, right?
Really?
All right. You know what, Steve? All right, here's what I'm tracking. Here's what I'm tracking today. Happy 4th of July, and unfortunately it is looking soggy for many neighborhoods across Central Florida today and tonight. Because of the lingering moisture, that is going to keep our rain chances elevated as we head into the weekend. A little bit lower on Sunday, but still seeing showers and storms around. And in terms of the tropics, now watching Invest 92L, which is hanging off the coast of Florida. There it is. It is messy, air of low pressure here. It's going to continue to try and do something as we head into the weekend. National Hurricane Center certainly has their eye on it, and we'll talk about their forecast coming up in a bit. But what it's going to do for us, notice some showers and storms here popping up west of us. We're going to continue to see our rain chances go up because of the abundant moisture in the atmosphere. We do have a hanging front north and west of us, so that's just really going to consolidate all of that moisture, keeping our rain chances elevated. But for now, We're in the 70s, 74 in Orlando and Kissimmee. Good morning. 75 in Daytona Beach, Cocoa Beach, Melbourne at 76 and 73 degrees in Wildwood. Now, the timing of the rain is super important because of all the events happening through today and also the firework displays. I do think the highest coverage will be between 4 and 8, and a lot of displays will be happening around 9, and right now I have a 60% coverage for showers and thunderstorms, and it could get heavy in many locations, and rain chances slowly dwindling as we head into tonight. Now it's going to be toasty but below average, upper 80s in Orlando and Kissimmee, 89 in DeLand and Palm Coast, 87 in Melbourne, 89 in the Villages, 90 in Wildwood. Now if this forecast stays true through the afternoon, it'll be the coolest 4th of July in 15 years. Pretty interesting. Now, again, to the timing of things here as we go through today. This particular model keeping things generally dry through the morning hours, a few showers here and there, but look at this, spotty showers along our coastline around noon, and then we'll continue to see showers and storms firing up closer to the I-4 corridor around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon, becoming a little bit more widespread around the 4 or 5 o'clock, heavy in many locations, and then heading into the 7, 8, 9 o'clock, continuing to see those lingering showers and thunderstorms across central Florida before we dry out heading into the overnight hours. So just keep that in mind if you are heading out to any events. Just make sure you have that rain gear nearby. We are looking at between 1 to 3 inches possible, rainfall possible as we take a look at the rainfall outlook under a marginal risk. So minor flooding, again, it's possible in low-lying areas. So keep an eye on that. Now, switching gears, what's happening in the tropics. National Hurricane Center continues to highlight this general area for tropical development here as we go through the next 2 to 7 days. We'll continue to watch it, but for now, it'll continue to keep those rain chances high. So here's a look at your 7-day. 87 today, 70% chance for rain, 89 tomorrow, and 90 on Sunday, keeping the rain chances medium to high. Now it's time to check on those roads. Here's Trooper Steve.
There's nothing going on out here. The roadway belongs to you. Just have some patience this morning. Don't be the one to ruin it. I-4 Champions Gate looks great. 4 corners out by the attractions. Even 535, International, 528, John Young, OBT, Turnpike up on the northern portion. We're not seeing that southbound delay out by Claremont this morning. State Road 50 out there looking good as well. And I don't think we're going to have any delays, really.
If you're looking for something to do this weekend, Michelle has you covered.
Plus, a local man with special needs dealt a big setback.
After the lawn mowing equipment for his business is stolen, at the bottom of the hour, how complete strangers are stepping up to help.
I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan in Cocoa Beach, where the Centennial Celebration kicks off on Saturday at 6. I spoke with Mayor Keith Capizzi about what you can expect.
So we'll have some astronauts in our community center. The drone show is going to be starting at 9 o'clock. It'll be launching from First Street South. You'll be able to see it from 3 to 5 miles away. We'll have over 200 drones in the air. You can bring a lounge chair or blankets or whatever you want and watch from our centennial celebration. Safety is our utmost concern, so we'll be doing the drones over the water. We're going to have music playing, and you can download a QR code to hear what we've got playing.
Also on Saturday, Cava's Tacos will be hosting fire shows from 7 to 10 p.m. with multiple dazzling performances throughout the evening. You can also check out for Saturday Sip and Stroll from 1 to 6 p.m. on Canal Street in New Smyrna Beach. $25 ticket includes 12 craft beer and wine samples. Don't forget the rain gear though. Scattered showers and storms are possible. This Saturday and every Saturday through September, Westgate River Ranch hosts a real-life rodeo with trick riding, bull riding, calf roping, and barrel racing. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Looking for indoor fun to beat the heat or rain? Sensory Sunday at the Museum of Arts and Sciences in Daytona Beach starts at 10 a.m. Enjoy a calm, sensory-friendly museum experience for neurodiverse families, including a special planetarium show at 11 a.m. Looking for another indoor option? Catch an evening with Jody Benson Saturday, 7:30 p.m. at the Ritz in Winter Haven, a musical night of Disney and Broadway. So if you're looking to celebrate one of our beach cities in style or check out a fire show, there's plenty to do across Central Florida. I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan reporting in Brevard County, News 6.
A warning while on the road this July 4th.
Still ahead, how FHP is preparing for dangerous drivers.
You're watching News 6 Mornings. Stay with us.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm News 6 meteorologist Michelle Morgan. It's a cloudy start to our day. Warm and humid, 74 degrees in downtown Orlando, and the humidity at 100%. Now, it is a dry start to the day, but notice there's rain coverage going up to 70 to 80%. Many of us will be dealing with heavy downpours just in time for the fireworks display. Keep that in mind, but it is going to be toasty. Temperatures climbing in the upper 80s as we go through the afternoon hours.
Orlando looking pretty good this morning. No issues. I-4 east and westbound in the express lanes. Nice and clear. Also, it's a little hazy out there, but 429, also nice and clear. All your lanes are open north and southbound. Drive times this morning on I-4. If you're headed towards downtown, nice and clear. Whether you're coming east or headed west, our map also showing everything still in the green out there with no issues. Ocoee, Pine Hills, Orlando, Windermere, Dr. Phillips looking good. The news continues next. Remember, you can get updates on any of our big stories anytime you want at clickorlando.com. Happy 4th.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6.
Time now 7:30 on your 4th of July Friday.
Let's get a check of your top stories. Chances are rising we could have a weak tropical system off the Florida coast in the next few days. Either way, it keeps our rain chances high right through the holiday weekend.
And that's not the news firework fans wanted to hear. Storms like last night caused a couple of delays over at Red Hot and Boom in Altamont Springs. The city of Orlando, meantime, is warning people to get that rain gear ready for fireworks at the fountain later tonight.
And the wife of suspended Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez will be staying in jail for now. A judge deciding yesterday he's not satisfied yet. All of the money for her $400,000 bond is coming from non-criminal sources.
And turning back now to the weather, a quiet start to our 4th of July holiday, but it's definitely not going to stay that way.
Let's check back in with meteorologist Michelle Morgan in for Candace this morning.
Yeah, that's right. We are starting off nice and dry but cloudy across central Florida. It is a bit humid out there. We have a ton of moisture hanging over the state today, and rain chances will remain high as we go through the afternoon hours. So here's what you need to know. Rainy setup expected during the time for fireworks in many neighborhoods. Clouds and rain will keep our afternoon highs below average, and rain chances stay elevated as we head into the weekend. So as we take a live look outside here, Daytona Beach, 75 degrees, humidity at 96%. Winds are nice and light, but look at this that I'm tracking. Area of low pressure hanging off the coastline. That's going to continue to increase the tropical moisture across central Florida as we go through today. National Hurricane Center has their eyes on it. We're now calling it Invest 92L, and there is a possibility, a medium to high chance possibility for tropical or subtropical development in the next several days. Temperatures are starting off in the 70s, 75 in New Smyrna Beach, as well as Daytona Beach, 77 in Cape Canaveral, and 74 degrees in Kissimmee. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast. Rain chances stay low at least through the noon hour, going up to 70% this afternoon and staying elevated as we head into tonight. And it is expected to get heavy in many locations. Talking about the timing here, look at this. Through 1 and 3, about a 40-50% chance, and then the rain coverage much higher as we head into the 5, 6, 7, even 8 o'clock hour, just in time for the fireworks. So maybe some delays, but whatever you're doing, make sure you have the rain gear nearby. We'll talk more about this coming up in a bit, but now it's time to check on those roads. Here's Trooper Steve.
It's nice to see that little die down right around 8, 9 o'clock. So you're maybe right. We'll see those fireworks maybe about 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see what happens. But right now, roadways are dry, they're clear, and they are pretty much crash-free for the most part. I-4, 429, all clear. Your drive times have not moved a bit in 2.5 hours. That's what I'm talking about. Pine Hills, good morning to you. Apopka, Wekiva Springs, all clear. Lockhart down to Fairview Shores with no issues there. Altamont Springs, good morning to you guys. You guys won't see as much traffic as you definitely saw last night in the Castleberry area. I do have a minor crash off of Aloma and Tuscaloosa, very residential area. Calling it clear, but it's going to be out on the side. Turning now to that 4th of July celebrations that are lighting up Central Florida. This was the scene last night in Altamont Springs, where Red Hot and Boom delivered always a big show, despite those storm delays that we're always used to. And those same weather worries, well, they aren't going away. Tonight, all eyes are in downtown Orlando for fireworks at the fountain. Now, News 6's Angie Casada is live at Lake Eola. Angie, after what we saw last night, what's the plan if storms start rolling in again? I'm sure you're not going to be giving up that rain jacket.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. And I definitely recommend not only a rain jacket, an umbrella, maybe a poncho. Those are all good things that can definitely come in hand. But I want you to take a look at how the city of Orlando is preparing. They set up all these cones here down the street, just getting ready, those final touches here at Lake Eola. But after that rainy night in Altamont Springs, the city of Orlando is stressing preparedness as fireworks at the fountain take center stage tonight. Red Hot and Boom drew big crowds and big storms. Altamont Springs saw 2 weather delays before fireworks could light up the sky. Still, families stayed put, waiting it out under shelter.
It's Florida, man. It can happen any day.
Yes, the weather is unpredictable.
When you show up to an event, I tell you, just bring everything. Keep your jacket in the car.
And tonight, similar weather patterns could impact fireworks at the fountain. The city of Orlando says they'll decide in real time if they need to issue a delay or even cancel due to lightning or safety concerns. Celebrations run from 4 to 10 p.m. Expect live music, a kids zone, food trucks, and a big fireworks show at 9:10. But if you're driving, plan ahead. Roads around the park are closed, including Eola Drive, Roslyn Avenue, and parts of Central, or take Sunrail for free. Now, if you're hoping to grab a good spot tonight, come early. The Midnight Mayhem Band takes the stage at 8. Of course, this is just one of the many shows that's going to be happening around the area tonight. And we have a full list of everything that you need to know right here on clickorlando.com. So make sure you check it out. And again, come prepared to have a good time. Reporting in downtown Orlando, Angie Casada, News 6.
Angie, thank you. Also developing this morning, the first group of detainees has now officially arrived at Alligator Alcatraz in the Florida Everglades. The facility, which was recently transformed from a training center, will house thousands of illegal immigrants who were arrested and awaiting deportation. It's also been the focus of a lot of controversy from Democrats. Yesterday, one group of lawmakers, including Anna Escamani from Orlando, showed up at the facility saying they wanted to inspect the grounds, but they were denied entry over what Florida emergency managers say were safety concerns. The Democrats say the whole thing is political theater.
This process has occurred with no transparency whatsoever, with Governor Ron DeSantis handing out contracts to his friends to build what is essentially a concentration camp.
Governor DeSantis says the state built the facility at the request of the federal government and says they will cover the hundreds of millions in operating costs.
It comes around 200 U.S. Marines are headed to Florida to support immigration enforcement. So these troops are coming from North Carolina to help immigration and custom enforcement with administrative and logistical work. It's part of a broader plan approved by the Defense Secretary to deploy up to 700 service members across Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. Military officials are stressing the Marines will not interact with detainees and will stay out of enforcement operations.
The man accused of breaking into an Orlando apartment and sexually assaulting a woman will be staying in jail. 26-year-old Wesley Hernandez Rios went before a judge yesterday and is now facing a list of felony charges. Detectives say he attacked the woman while she was sleeping in her apartment off Curry Ford Road, then tried to smother her with a pillow. The victim's roommate called 911 after seeing a stranger on their surveillance camera. Officers caught Rios hiding behind the building with a mask on and a loaded gun. Police say the victim later identified him as Wes, someone she'd known for a few months.
Yeah, it's very surprised and very upset because, I mean, we're supposed to feel safe in our own homes, you know, and this has been a very quiet neighborhood.
Right now, it is not clear how the suspect and victim met. Police say the investigation is ongoing.
And roads are back open out in Longwood after a box truck slammed into a Sunrail train. So the crash happened last night off of State Road 434 and Ronald Reagan Boulevard. 91 people were on board, but thankfully no one was hurt. Roads were shut down for hours during the evening commute. This morning, trains and traffic are moving again properly, but police say they're still investigating what actually led to that crash.
All new this morning, a big turnaround for an Orlando man with special needs who had his lawn equipment stolen. Strangers are stepping up to help. News 6's Alex Cook was there as he got a surprise gift, a riding lawnmower donated by one of our viewers.
Kyle Lukowski thought he'd seen the worst side of people when his livelihood was stolen from him last month. The people in his community weren't going to let that stand, though. People like News 6 viewer Mary Grishaw.
Mary's husband died 2 years ago, leaving behind a riding lawnmower with just 50 hours of use on it.
I've been trying to get it to someone who could really use it, and I hadn't come across that person yet. So I'm glad I finally did.
She found that person in Kyle Lukowski after watching his story on News 6. Kyle's trailer filled with lawn care equipment, which he used to support himself and his mom, was stolen from in front of their Orlando apartment. Mary called News 6 right away.
Just as soon as I could pick up the telephone. Well, no, I had to pick up a tablet and look up a number.
Mary's not the only Central Floridian moved to help Kyle. Sean Beck of ATH Trailer Sales in Melbourne gifted him a brand new trailer to store and transport his gear.
You got new paint job, new rims, new tires.
A perfect way to move his new to him riding lawnmower.
Very great to have some lady that I don't know and wants to help all the people out there in the community.
And many others moved to make donations big and small to help Kyle get back to work. He says from now on, his equipment will be in a locked storage unit when he's not using it.
Thank you to News Channel 6 for getting results for me, and to everybody that's donating and helping Kyle, from Sean at ATH in Melbourne to Mary over here. Very great giving people, and we couldn't ask for better people out here. At least there are still good people in the community to make up for the bad ones.
Alex Cook, getting results, News 6.
I want to hang out with Miss Mary. I want her to be my new best friend.
Sean sounds like a cool guy too. And
Yes.
those two together really made some results right there.
I know, awesome stuff. All right, meteorologist Michelle Morgan is in for Candace this morning. Michelle, so many people are enjoying the day off. We aren't, but a lot of people are.
I was like, hold
I was
on.
hoping you were going to say, because
Yes.
I was about to come out of my mind,
You
like,
know,
well,
and
we're
that-
here.
And that's good, that's good.
Yeah, that's still good,
We-
you know,
we
and
love
there's a lot to talk about. I am tracking this weak area of low pressure that's beginning to try to get its act together. National Hurricane Center, they have their eyes on it as well. We're now calling it Invest 92L. It's going to continue to increase the moisture across central Florida, keeping our rain chances high as we go through the rest of the afternoon heading into tonight. Some spots heavy rain, especially when the firework displays are supposed to be happening. So again, some events may be impacted by the rain. We'll have to continue to watch it. But for now, nice dry start, clouds around, 74 degrees in Orlando, humidity at 100%, and you will feel every bit of it as we go through today. Now, temperatures here are the 70s, 77 in Claremont, Leesburg, good morning. Melbourne, Cocoa Beach at 76, 75 in Sanford, 74 in Palm Coast and Ocala. Good morning to you. Also at 74. We're looking at a 70 to 80% chance for scattered rain and storms. So here's a look at your day planner. Rain chances fairly low through the morning, beginning to increase around 50% around 3. 70% around 7. So again, it'll be heavy in a few locations. So keep that in mind. Make sure you have the rain gear nearby. And because of the rain and the clouds, temperatures are expected to remain below average, climbing into the upper 80s. So we'll talk more about this forecast in detail coming up in a bit. But now it's time. Nope, it's not time for traffic. I'm just going to send it over to the anchors. Back to you guys.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Yeah, the traffic's nice. That's what we can tell you. Time now is 7:41. 4th of July travel is in full swing.
And state troopers aren't taking any chances and playing around. Coming up, the driver's behaviors that could get you pulled over and what FHP says you need to do before hitting the road.
First, though, they survived a shooting inside their own bar. Now a Daytona Beach family is fighting to keep their business alive. Their message to the community as they continue to recover. The family behind a Daytona Beach lounge is picking up the pieces after a shooting left 3 people hurt, including one of the owners. It happened last month at South Turn Lounge on Nova Road. Police say 28-year-old Anthony Kaznakov was kicked out and then came back and opened fire. Tyler Green, one of the owners, was shot twice. He's had 3 surgeries and still has weeks to go before he can walk again. Now his family is trying to move forward and keep the business going.
They're just kids, you know, I mean, they're in their 20s, just trying to make this business go, and they didn't do anything wrong.
Kaznakov is charged with 3 counts of attempted murder. The family is asking for community support, including at a Monday night fundraiser at the lounge. Details are on clickorlando.com.
A holiday warning for drivers this 4th of July. Expect to see more state troopers out on the road as millions of Floridians hit the highway. FHP is cracking down on what they do. Speeders, aggressive drivers, and anyone under the influence. Troopers say they're out in full force. That means admin staff also out on the road to make sure everyone gets to their destination safely. The best advice, slow it down and plan ahead.
We definitely want people to be patient on the roadways and understand that everyone's trying to get to their destination together. Make sure that you're traveling at a safe speed, that you're not going too fast.
Just think, if you're stressed, the other driver's stressed too. Work together. Troopers are also urging drivers to get enough rest and double check your tires and fluids before hitting the wrong trip.
Also this 4th of July, cities and companies are cracking down on people renting homes for parties. Cocoa Beach city leaders say they are now counting heads to try to keep the peace. A new rule limits rentals to 8 people, with anyone who hangs around for more than 15 minutes, they count. It comes as Airbnb says it's using artificial intelligence to stop party bookings before they start, which would block thousands in Florida alone. But local leaders say the problem is still bigger than the platform admits.
Are we going to sit inside of somebody's house for 15 minutes with a body cam on and count to 15 minutes? Are we not?
City officials say enforcement will be tough, but on a holiday weekend like this, they say they have to try.
The Supreme Court is taking up another major case involving LGBTQ rights. So justices are set to hear arguments this fall on whether states can ban transgender students from playing in sports teams that match their gender identity. The case involves laws in Idaho and West Virginia, both blocked by lower courts. This comes just 2 weeks after the court upheld a ban on performing medical procedures on transgender youth in Tennessee. A final ruling could come by next summer.
2 nurse managers, 2 newborns, and 1 unforgettable coincidence. Close friends and longtime Health First colleagues Sarah Doak and Tia Thomas welcomed their baby girls just hours apart at Vieira Hospital. Both moms had planned to deliver there, but never expected to share the same birthday week with their daughters. Sloan and Juniper arrived just 12 hours apart and are now bound by a bond their mothers already share. I cannot get over, I love the names. I love the outfits. They're so beautiful.
They're letting us have it. I'm just jealous that they're napping as good as they are right now.
So peaceful.
So peaceful.
Yes, congratulations to them.
Congratulations. Yeah, a lot of fun. I love their outfits too. And you know, a lot of people be wearing their cute little outfits for the 4th of July, little red, little blue, little white, like us.
It's a moment.
It's a moment. You know, if you are planning on heading out to any events later on today, bring the rain gear. We are looking at a soggy setup as we go through the afternoon leading into tonight. Many firework displays could be impacted by heavy rain, so you'll have to continue to keep up with the forecast. Now, there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. I am tracking an area of low pressure, trying to get its act together. So that's going to keep our rain chances elevated as we head into the weekend. And that area I am watching, National Hurricane Center are now calling it Invest 92L. We're investigating the area. Hurricane hunters are going to fly into it later on today to see what's going on. So there it is, packed with a lot of rain, a lot of storms. It'll continue to pull in moisture from the Gulf into central Florida today, keeping those rain chances high. I do think through the morning hours we will remain dry, but rain chances going up through the afternoon, lasting into tonight. Now, to take a look at the temperatures, it's comfortable, humid, upper 70s in Leesburg and Claremont, good morning. 75 in Orlando, New Smyrna Beach, 76 in Daytona Beach, and 77 in Cape Canaveral. So here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast. Low rain chances through the morning, rain chances at 70% this afternoon, and it'll get heavy later on this evening as we head into the 8, 9 o'clock hour across many neighborhoods. Now your forecast highs, upper 80s in Orlando, Sanford, and DeLand, lower 90s in Wildwood, as well as Leesburg. And if our temperatures here, afternoon highs, stay true in the Orlando area, it will be the coolest 4th of July in the past 15 years. And then along our coastline, middle to upper 80s. So timing, let's talk about it. Through the morning, I think we're fine. Around noon, begin to see some showers and storms popping up, heavy rain, pockets of heavy rain. Now around 2, we're looking at some showers here popping up across Lake County, Orange County along the I-4 corridor, as well as Brevard County. But fast forwarding things into the 4 or 5 o'clock hour, now we're beginning to see a spread of heavy rain across central Florida. That is going to continue through the 7, 8, 9 o'clock hour, but a little bit lighter in many locations as we head into that 9 o'clock time frame. And a lot of fireworks will be happening around that time frame as well. So expect delays. Don't forget the rain gear, and then things begin to dry out during the overnight hours. Because of the heavy rain, we are looking at the excessive rainfall outlook. Pretty much all of central Florida highlighted in that green. Marginal risk for minor flooding, isolated flooding. 1 to 3 inches possible. Locally higher amounts are certainly possible as well, so keep that in mind. Now taking a look at what's happening in the tropics. National Hurricane Center is highlighting this area here for possible tropical subtropical development. The 8 o'clock tropical outlook just came out, and now they're calling for a 60% chance in the next 2 to 7 days. This could potentially become either a tropical or subtropical depression later on today or even early Saturday morning. There's a look at your 7-day. 87 today, 70% chance for rain. 89 tomorrow, 70% chance for rain as well. And then knocking down those rain chances to 50% with a high of 90 on Sunday. Now it's time to check on those roads. Here's Trooper Steve.
Things are still great out there this morning. Not a delay, nothing to give to you. We have 2 minor crashes out there, but super minor where we're going to breeze right by them. Your drive times have not moved in 3 hours along I-4, so I don't want to hear any complaining about anything out there. There is a minor crash in the Pine Hills area, but it's not going to even slow you down. You might not even see it. It's been moved. Apopka city limits also nice and clear. Maitland unincorporated portions on the west side, Altamont Springs, Fern Park, Castleberry, and Winter Springs. Nice and easy. I'm loving this. Patrol. Yes. With all this weather, you guys have kind of lost your minds out there. So we spent the day yesterday talking about how to recover from a hydroplane. The key here, you cannot panic. If you panic, you're going to lose it. So I'd walk you through step by step on how to maintain some control of your vehicle. Head to clickorlando.com and check that out. Today, special guest, I'm welcoming in Donovan Myrie, one of our investigators, longtime employee here, a man of many, many knowledges, right? So he's going to join us today at 10 o'clock over at clickorlando.com for a stream on this 4th of July. Join us today.
I can't wait to see that.
I bet.
It is the last weekend to explore one Magic Kingdom staple before it closes for good. What fans can expect from this huge Frontierland makeover. The clock is running out on one of Magic Kingdom's most iconic attractions. This weekend is the last chance to visit Tom Sawyer Island before it closes July 7th. The closure paves the way for a huge new expansion, Piston Peak National Park, inspired by Disney Pixar's Cars. If you want to experience the magic of Tom Sawyer Island, you have to go before this weekend, before it is gone for good.
I'm welcoming Cars. Let's go. All right, a warning for parents this morning on distracted driving. New survey says teen drivers spend 20% of their time behind the wheel staring at their phone. Hop in results 1, you'll see that. Researchers from Mass General Brigham say many teens take their eyes off the road for at least 2 seconds, often to watch videos or to read a text message. Now that might not sound too long, but experts say just 2 seconds double the risk of a crash. Texting, social media, and video streaming are top distractions, making teens one of the most vulnerable driving groups. Now, you might have seen this over at clickorlando.com.
A new study ranked America's most boring cities, and the least exciting is right here in Florida. Jacksonville took the top spot with a low excitement score. That score looks at local attractions, nightlife, outdoor activities, and events. Tallahassee also landed in the top 10, but it's not all bad news for Florida. Miami came in second for most exciting, and Orlando was close behind at number 4, so we must do well in our excitement score. That is thanks to our theme parks, dining, and tourist spots. Michelle.
Interesting.
I like
right?
that.
Right? That's a good list.
Very good, very good. All right, today's the 4th of July. Many things happening across Central Florida, and it looks like it is going to be a soggy setup for many neighborhoods, especially during when the fireworks will be going off. So expect delays. We'll see a daytime high of 87 degrees. Whatever you're doing, make sure you have the rain gear nearby. Now, the weekend rain chance is pretty high on Saturday with a high of 89. We're back in the 90s on Sunday with a 50% chance for scattered rain, and then we stay in the 90s heading into next weekend, staying unsettled.
I got to call Crystal now that she was bragging that she's moving back to Jacksonville and be like, now I know why you're moving there. That place is boring. All right, look, roadways, we're great this morning. There are no issues out there. We want you to enjoy your 4th of July. No crashes, please, for the rest of the day. Hard to ask for. Thanks for joining us. Remember, we break news over at clickorlando.com.
You can also find all of our stories on our new 6 Plus app for your smart TV. Have a great day.